Hey guys! So, let me know if you watched the Buffs game. I'm basically home right now. Yeah, didn't go to UCLA. Kind of glad though, because Buffs lost, but still love to watch my Buffs. I just kind of want to come on here really quick and say, basically, Coach Prime needs to find a new offensive line. We all kind of know that. Here, wait, I'm gonna set this up that way you guys can see. Okay. Coach Prime needs a new offensive line, and I don't care how he does it. Maybe he has to go out in Boulder to all the students, find some big guys just to protect not only our quarterback but his son. Our just offensive line needs to go. They're basically tackling ghosts, letting people slide right by them. So that's, my thoughts. We need a new offensive line. Defense played great. They probably couldn't have played any better. I mean, eventually they were going to start letting up touchdowns to UCLA. It was bound to happen. But our defense played great. So, when your offense can't score a touchdown, they only scored one touchdown this game. So when they can't do that, well, then it's not much you can do. So Coach Prime, I think you should just start walking around campus, finding some big guys, and adding them to your football team. But let me know your guys' comments on the game. If you watched it, if you were there, or if you just watched it on TV like I did. But yeah, if you're just joining, please subscribe to my channel. Wasn't at the UCLA game, unfortunately, but I'm trying to see how I would get comments. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I just thought I'd come on here, talk to you guys, just my live reaction to the game. Obviously, Buffs lost, which stinks. We still have to win 2 games, which is going to be really hard to be bowl eligible. We play Oregon State for our homecoming game next week, 8 p.m. kickoff, late kickoff, which stinks. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to make it because, like I said, if you've watched my videos before, the New Job and the Nuggets or Avalanche, I'm not sure which one, but they play that night. So yeah, I have some really big guy friends, tall, big. Maybe I'll give them Coach Prime's number if I had it. But they need to figure out something for next week, especially playing Oregon State. And yeah, I'm looking at the comments. Your support is awesome. Oh, well, I love the Buffs. Okay, don't get me wrong. Even though we did not play great and the Buffs are still, what are they now? 4 and 4. Oh my gosh, what are they? 4 and 4. Still love my Buffs. I mean, I'm a Buffs fan. Also, it's by LSKD, which stands for Loose Kid, and they collabed with Blenders, Coach Prime sunglasses. So go check this out. Got my CU Buff colors on, but I'll always support my Buffs. And again, it's the first year of Coach Prime, so I'm not upset. I mean, I did not expect a national championship, and obviously, yeah, of course I'm always hoping we go to a bowl game, but it was the first year for Coach Prime. He didn't even get a full recruiting season, so I'm not going to expect a great team, but what I am expecting is our offensive line to get better. I mean, there's not much we can do right now. I don't think defense could play any better, like I said. Shedeur, I mean, from the 1 second he is given to actually throw the football, he played great, but I think a quarterback needs a little more than 1 second to even let the play develop. 4 and 4. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Right, I'm still optimistic. Hey, miracles happen. Maybe we'll beat Oregon State next week. Then we still have Arizona, we still have Utah. Tough to get bowl eligible this year, but I'm hopeful for next season. Let's see here. 0 running game. I think Dylan Edwards is a fast, great running back. How they are using him, though, is not how he should be used. He's so fast. Running up the middle is not going to work. And it really hasn't worked. It didn't work for the CU Buffs last year. It's not working now, so they do have to figure out something with their running. Shedeur, yeah, I mean, he really just can't do much without an offensive line. Play calling, it was all right. Not the best, but when you're basically getting 2 first downs in the entire game, it's not much you can really play call when you're not giving much options. Let's see. I'm your favorite reporter. Thank you. Still trying to grow my YouTube channel. So please, if you are new here, subscribe. I want to know your comments. Trying to, grow my YouTube channel, just starting out. So yeah, offensive line, one of the worst I've ever watched. Agree. I don't think you're exaggerating at all. That was probably one of the worst games I've ever seen an offensive line play. I mean, it was literally like they were tackling ghosts. I don't know what they were doing. They were basically just opening the door and letting UCLA run right by and tackle Shedeur. So, until Dylan Edwards is 220 pounds, bench him. I do think he is super fast. Like I said, could be super useful to this team. They need a big running back. They just need big guys on this team in general. They have talent, but they need some big guys to help this team. Both defensively, I mean, they need to put pressure on the opponent's quarterback. They need big guys on the offensive line to protect their quarterback, and they do need a bigger running back. I mean, I love Dylan Edwards, but he does need to get a little bigger, or they just need to use him in a better way. Not having Tyler Brown has hurt the O-line. Yeah, I mean, we really haven't seen Tyler Brown play due to some things by the NCAA, but, who knows? I mean, he could be a great addition, but I think they need more than just one player to actually help this offensive line. I mean, you had 5 guys there, and not a single one I saw make an actual effort to help keep Shedeur safe. And you saw Shedeur was limping a lot. He definitely was hurt if you saw the post-game press conference, you could tell he was pretty beat up. So, I mean, he's trying his best, and he's not going to blame the offensive line, obviously, but we all watched the game. We were watching the same game. We know what needs to happen, and I'm not sure how you fix this. This might be a new problem, a problem you fix next year. This is recruiting. This is the transfer portal. Again, and what is going to have to happen. We have talent, but we're going to need to recruit some big guys. Some big guys are going to need to transfer, and then I think next year we'll be talking a whole different story. Doing great, thank you. At least the snow in Colorado is awesome. It is so cold out right now. It is snowing. It's the first snowfall of the year. Super fun. I'm supposed to go to Denver tomorrow, though, and I'm not really looking forward to driving in the snow. We'll see how the roads are. I think next game against Oregon State's at 8 p.m., so it's going to be freezing again. Hopefully, I don't think it's supposed to snow, but we'll see. That's just how Colorado is. Please tap the like button. How do I tap the like button? I don't even know. I have no clue. Again, this is like my second time going live. Yeah, so I don't really know how this actually works. There we go. Okay. I also can't see all your comments. How many? Here, wait. Let me try something. I'm literally trying to set this up since I've never done YouTube Live, and I'm not actually I'm at my home. Here we go. He only has 1 sack in 2 seasons. He definitely would have up to a sack in 2 seasons. Oh, yeah. Rose Bowl is a tough place to win on the road. Yeah, if you watched my last video, also if you haven't watched my last video, go check it out. I have actually the stats here. Let me just tell you. CU Buffs are 0-6 at the Rose Bowl Stadium since joining the Pac-12 and 1-8 in general in Pasadena. So they weren't really looking at a great record going into California. They're 4-28 in the state of California, if that says something about the Buffs. So yeah, I have my little cheat sheet right here. But yeah, 4-28 as a record going to California. The odds weren't in our favor. I was hoping for a better game. I thought first half, we were 6-0. I'm this is going to be a great game. And then all just started going downhill. Defense, I mean, they continue to play great. But like I said earlier, eventually they're gonna, let up a touchdown. If your offense isn't scoring, defense can't hold them the entire game. Yeah, Tyler is a great story. If you haven't checked him out, definitely go check him out. I don't even know the full story. It's just he can't play this year due to some regulations about the NCAA and transferring and stuff like that. He's an amazing player. Again, I don't know if he can help the offensive line. I think more than one player needs to help the offensive line. It can't just be one guy. They need a whole new line. And I don't even know. I know we're getting some recruits. I know we're getting some transfers. I mean, we've had a lot of stars visiting CU. I don't know if any offensive line. I know we're getting quarterbacks, wide receivers. It's just, we'll see if they can recruit an offensive line. I really don't know. Let's see. I'm looking at the comments from you guys. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't. Travis Hunter, let's talk about him because that's on a positive note. Played great. We know in the Stanford game he kind of struggled defensively, but it was his first game back after being injured. He did look a little hurt this game. I think it was third quarter, around 1 minute left. He was getting checked out by the doctor, but he returned to play, so I think all was good with that. But he had a great game for his second game back after being hurt, coming off a bye week. Played both offense and defense, so he couldn't have played probably a better game. Shiloh, unfortunately, if you saw, did get ejected from the game due to targeting. At first, I don't know what you guys think. I didn't think it was a targeting after seeing the initial play. After they showed more replays on ABC, he did hit the bottom of his helmet, right here, helmet to helmet, and again, I don't know. I think I think eventually after watching the replay enough, it was a targeting call. Let me know what you guys think. But I do think it was targeting. But still, defense kept up. They, obviously Shiloh is a big part of defense, but they did step up. They still continued to try to stop UCLA. His flexing didn't help his case. Nope. And definitely the taunting after didn't help his case. If he had done it and then just walked off, who knows? It may have been a different call again, but that's kind of CU. It's not just Shiloh. That's, the personal fouls, all those calls. They did do better on penalties this week, but honestly, okay, that super Ethel Flacco. Yeah, okay, I think Prime should have subbed the next QB just so his son doesn't get banged up. I am shocked he left Shedeur out there for that long. After watching him take sack after sack, I don't think there was one play in that game that he wasn't getting pressure. And, I don't know if anyone knows the stats. I haven't, done my full stat collection right now, but he got sacked more than 20 times for sure and was pressured pretty much every single play. So, you don't want to pull Shedeur because he is your starting quarterback and you're losing. You're not going to just pull him and tell the backup to go in because that would definitely show favoritism because he's your son. If he wasn't your son, would you actually pull him? But yeah, I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Yeah, I think Shiloh would have been ejected from the game either way. It was a targeting, regardless of what people say. If you watch the replay enough, you could see the hit to the bottom of his helmet. He would have gotten ejected either way, regardless of taunting or regardless of that. We need to recruit an O-line. Yep, agreed. Egos. Okay, that's one of the biggest debates right now is the ego. But if you saw Utah, all their football players just got trucks. That, I would say, would give a football player a pretty big ego to get a free car. So I think with NIL deals, and this is getting into a full new topic, but with NIL, you're creating this ego a little bit for these players. And Shedeur and Shiloh and Travis, they're obviously Coach Prime. He loves these kids. Yeah, their egos might be a little bit boosted. They're getting these huge deals. So yeah, they're going to have, they have more money and they might have a bit of an ego. Obviously, you need to keep that in check on the field. But in terms of the Shedeur with his watch and people getting mad that other people in the NFL even are doing this, they're just kids trying to make money. That's everyone, and just social media has helped this, has helped spread it. But I don't think you can get really upset about the ego unless it's affecting, obviously, the football game. Ego comes with money. I like what Joel said. It's how you handle it. Yeah, it's completely how you handle it, and that's where I agree. You need to leave it off the field. When you're playing a game, your ego should not be there. But on social media, you can't get mad at the posts that people are doing, or if someone picks up a dance move or a pose you did. That's fine. that's what's going to happen with social media. That's just the generation we live in. But on the field, they need to completely wash their hands of this. It's tough to watch right now, the game. Completely agree. Shiloh was having a great game. But yeah, like you said, Jerem, the D played well, even after Shiloh. I mean, everything about the defense played great tonight. They couldn't really have done better. It's just unfortunate that our offense could only score 1 touchdown. So, in the NIL era, flexing his muscles would get Shiloh an NIL deal. and that's so funny. That's so true. Like, that's what these athletes are doing. One pose, one game, that can make them millions of dollars, and they know that. I mean, yeah, it might cost them 10 yards on the field, but like they said, the flexing the muscles could get a gym membership. Who knows? But again, it should stay off the field. But if it goes viral, it goes viral. Like, you can't really blame the player for someone else liking what they're doing. They go for that. Yeah, I know. I'm a small enough channel, I feel like, that people haven't like started like coming after me for how the Buffs do. I mean, obviously I still have my Buffs, so if you say, hey, I'm gonna support them, but yeah, I haven't got those comments yet. Hope he comes home for the summer so I can get his autograph. Yeah, Travis Hunter is in the same position. Travis Hunter is him, like Coach Prime said during halftime. I mean, support the Buffs still. I know, they're not doing great right now, and they're probably not what people were expecting coming off this bye week to lose a game to UCLA. But UCLA is a ranked team and CU is not. I mean, they were the underdogs of this game, and defense held their own. We tried holding our own. We played pretty well the first quarter, or the first half even, but eventually you just need to score a touchdown to win a game. Thanks. I'll try to do more live streams as I continue. Again, this is literally my second live stream I've ever done, so we'll try to do more. I'll get a better background. Again, I'm not at my house that I'm normally at, since I'm not at the UCLA game, so I went home for the week. It's still go Buffs. Agreed. Go Buffs. Hopefully they win. Hopefully it's a great game against Oregon State. It's a late game. Let me know if you're going, because wow, another 8 p.m. It's probably going to be 30 degrees, so have fun with that. I'll try to get some pregame content, maybe some. I haven't been doing student interviews, mainly because it's been snowing and cold here, so not a lot of students walk to campus, and that's when I do the interviews. So I'll try to get some of that next week. Not sure if I'll get in-game content. We'll see. Just don't know if I'll be able to make it to the full game. Where do you think this thing will fully pop? I think... Well, so next year is the 12-team playoff. If you don't know about that, so right now 4 teams make the playoffs, but next year it's 12 teams. And obviously with us going into a different conference, it might actually help us make the playoffs. So I would say I'd give it 2 years to let the CU Buffs fully probably come close to a national title. Now, I will not say that they may not make the playoffs next year. It is fully possible, especially with 12 teams being allowed to do this. I think we have to see how the recruiting class looks, especially, again, on offensive and defensive line. We have the talent with wide receivers. Like, you might need a running back. Special teams is like a roller coaster right now. They're really good or they're really bad. Can't figure out punting yet. So I think for me to make a full prediction, I have to see what the recruiting class looks like. But I'm going to give it like another year or two. And obviously, Shedeur, no one's probably going to the NFL that I know of right now, just because based off our team right now. So, yeah, I'll give it 1 or 2 years until we really see like this entire Coach Prime era take off. And he'll have a full recruiting year under his belt coming up. So, again, he didn't have that last year. Yeah, it's crazy to me that the Pac-12 is, I think, do they have 5 teams in the top 25 right now? And they're completely going away. I mean, Pac-12, we're in the Pac-12, so I'm not going to say anything bad right now, but they did do that to themselves. I think it kind of stinks for USC going into such a great conference next year, because right now they are at one of the top teams in the Pac-12 and kind of splitting this all up kind of ruins some people, and then it might help the CU Buffs, for example. But Pac-12 definitely did that to themselves. But at least it's a 12-team playoff next year, so it's going to be a little easier for these teams to prove themselves. Yeah, everyone, please like the stream. I don't even know how you do that, but listen to Ed. Like, subscribe, please subscribe, share. Yeah. Yeah, they did not, it was something to do with media and not getting TV rights and stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm excited we're leaving the Pac-12. It definitely helps us, again, with media and TV rights. Hopefully no more 8 p.m. games next year. I mean, maybe we'll have one, but I think we've had 3 this year, so that kind of gets a little much, and I know Coach Prime hates 8 p.m. games. So, yeah, but it's almost 10. I feel like I'm such an old person because I've been going, actually no, I'm not, because I go to bed at like 2 a.m. because I start work actually at 8 p.m. now. Luckily, like, with this game it was earlier, so we'll see about next week. Yeah, fun ride Pac-12, although CU's record in the Pac-12 has not been great, so maybe the switch might help CU a little bit. I'm actually not in LA right now. I decided I couldn't go to this game because I'm working Nuggets and Avalanche. I want to head out to LA eventually. I've never been there, actually. Some of my family lives in San Diego, but I've never been to LA. Want to make it out there. This, though, Blenders, they are in San Diego, California, their store. So if you are ever in Pacific Beach, go check them out. They did this Coach Prime sunglasses. Everyone's seen them. But they do CU apparel as well, other sunglasses, blue light glasses. They sent me a huge PR package. If you haven't watched that video, go check that out. But yeah, I love California. I want to live in San Diego eventually. It's expensive, and I'm still a college student that doesn't have a lot of money. So we're saving up. Yeah. But I'm excited for the Buffs still. Excited for next game. I'm still going to watch them. For all the haters out there, like, Coach Prime, the fact he let this Rose Bowl stadium sell out is crazy, regardless of what you think about his coaching, about what you think of even the Buffs right now. The hype has cooled down a little bit, but the just amount that he is bringing to Colorado is crazy. I mean, I've never been at Boulder for 4 years, and I've never seen anything like it. And I mean, if you don't want to support the Buffs anymore, you're just a bandwagon fan, I don't know, but I'd still support Coach Prime anytime. He's such a motivational speaker. He's great for these kids. I think he just needs to put his foot down with the offensive line. But I think he's a great coach, and in a couple years he's going to do great things for CU. Ooh, basketball. That is coming up, and I will be trying to do some student stuff at the basketball stadium. I'm super excited. I do think they're going to be really good. We have this new kid, Eddie, new to CU. He played for TCU last year. Huge. I don't know, maybe 6'5". I have no idea what his height is. Huge. He was great for TCU, so that's a new recruit we have. The thing about the CU Buffs basketball is we're always supposed to be really good, and we're kind of like always kind of just hanging in there in the middle. Pac-12 basketball is really good too. So Pac-12 in general right now is great in all sports, from football to basketball. So we'll see. We're supposed to be good, but kind of have to wait to see what that first game looks like. Yeah, Cody. Oh, yeah. The problem with enrollment numbers, I mean, it's great that Coach Prime is making kids want to come to CU. If you have ever been to Boulder, or if you come to Boulder, you will notice it is so packed with housing. There is nowhere for these students to go. No housing once you get out of the dorms. Even dorms, there's not enough dorm rooms for all these students to be up. And that's just how Boulder is built. When they, built this school here, they just didn't think about it expanding, so there's just nowhere to build anymore. So it definitely is making Boulder a lot more crowded, but I mean, it's exciting, everything that Coach Prime is doing for not only the football team, but for the school as well. Yeah, agreed. I agree with you, Anthony. He'll have what he needs next year, and maybe even a year from then. Again, one year of recruiting under his belt, and I think he will definitely know what he needs to do. And he'll have a solid team set around him. And they won't all be new. It's not like this year where the roster, you saw the graphic that ABC posted, and it crossed off everybody except for Trevor Woods on the roster from last season. That's crazy. I mean, most of these guys had never played together, never been to Colorado. So the fact that we're doing this good right now is great. And I think next year it's going to be even better. Yeah, so it's weird for me. So if you didn't know, I came to school, I was like the 2020 graduation year. So I've actually never been in a huge lecture like that. But I can imagine they are probably jam-packed full of students. But since I was in that like weird year, a lot of my classes can still be online. So I'm like the last year that's fully online. I mean, I still have in person, but yeah, those classes are packed. There's no room for kids. I'm living with 5 girls, and there's only, what is there? So there's 6 of us in a house, and there's only 3 bathrooms. But that's how, so I know people who are living with 10 girls in one house with, I think it's like 2 bathrooms, but that's just how Boulder is. Yeah. Yeah, Colorado's super expensive. But that's everywhere, I feel like, right now. I mean, not everywhere, but I know California's expensive. Colorado's getting up there. Boulder is definitely expensive. Fort Collins is a little cheaper. That's where I'm originally from. But, yeah. All right, well, it's 10 o'clock. Do you guys want to know? Yeah, Boulder's awesome. Do you guys want to know anything else? Any more questions for me? Or else I think I might head out. I'll try to post another video on just overall game recap with more stats. Again, I haven't really looked at them. I mean, I watched the game, but I haven't analyzed any of that stuff, but I'll post another video. If you haven't, please subscribe. And my last final words, if no one else has any questions, are Coach Prime, go find a new offensive line, and I will see you guys next time, and go Buffs. Bye.